Hey folks, this is Wild Bill and
Rachel.
coming back at you today. I'm gonna tell you something, folks. Today is the 5th day of March, and most of you know we're located here in central Alabama. And you talking about a beautiful day, is it not pretty?
Oh, it's pretty. The birds are singing, the bees is flying. Well, there's a bumblebee right there.
Bumblebees, wasps, birds. But I'm telling you, it is a beautiful day. Woke up this morning, it was about 42 degrees. A little chilly, but the sun's come up, and it is just absolutely beautiful out here today. We're already cutting grass down here in Alabama. I cut grass all day yesterday and weed eating. Hard to believe it's that time of the year again. But what Rachel and I want to do today is something online of what we did last week. We're going to do another shout out to one of our good friends who's in the legal distilling business. And what we thought we would do is we'd share our thoughts on his product and give you guys a heads up as to where you might can find it. And if you can't find it here in Alabama yet, I'm not sure if it is, but I would certainly hope that each and every one of you that liked a good whiskey would at least ask for it, because this is an outstanding gentleman, a good friend of ours. He and his wife both are friends of ours, talk to them pretty regularly. And we got to visit with them last week up in Maggie Valley. And today we're honored to present y'all Mr. Van Fields. This is his new whiskey called Living Proof.
Spin it around a little bit. Let me see the whole label. That's what's pretty. Isn't that pretty?
You can't see it, but there's a sort of if you look at it real close, right above the word Living Proof is a shadow picture of Van, and on the side of it is his father. And right below his daddy, he signed this bottle for Rachel and I. Y'all can see that right there. So we're not going to open this bottle just like we were saying last week with Jimmy Rickards' bottle, because they're signed. They mean a lot to us. And once we open these, they're not worth anything. You know, really, I'd rather keep these bottles full.
But we tried it, and it's
but we
really
have
good.
tried it. We had some while we were up Maggie Valley. You can buy this, I know for sure, in North Carolina ABC stores, because that's where this came from. Van didn't personally give us this. He told us where we could find it. So we went to the local store there in Maggie Valley, purchased this, and brought it back and presented it to him, and he signed it and gave it back to me. And I appreciate that, Van, more than you'll ever know, brother. The signature means a lot to me. But any of you that don't know Van Fields, a lot of you do, he's a generational moonshiner. He's been in it his whole life. His grandfather, his father, and possibly further back than that.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal. On the side of his bottle, he's got a little statement that he made. He says, "The name Living Proof is so much more than whiskey. It is a tradition, a heritage, and quality. My grandfather and father instilled in me that you have nothing if you don't have those three. That is why I have put everything into my whiskey. From the grain to the still, everything is chosen for a reason. So grab a glass and enjoy." Van Fields. Now, I will tell you this. It's 100 proof triple malt whiskey. And I'm not sure, it doesn't have the grain bill on here, whether he used corn, wheat, or barley, or corn, barley, and rye. Me personally, I didn't taste a whole lot of rye in this. Did you, Ray?
I didn't, and I don't like rye. It's bitey, so it wasn't bitey at all.
But it may be rye. I'm not going to presume that he did or didn't. But if it does have malted rye in it, I didn't taste a whole lot of rye. I can drink rye whiskey. She's not crazy about it. Some people,
I don't like the peppery taste on the end.
But it's good.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It's got a good age to it. It's got good coloration. It's smooth for 100 proof. You can tell by drinking it that Van had a lot of input in this. This is distilled and bottled by Flat Rock Distilling Company in Napoleon, Ohio. I think that's the first time we've ever had anything from them, right?
It is the first time.
I had never heard of them until then. So that's where this particular bottle was distilled at. It's worth it.
It's really good. What did we pay for it? Like, was it about $35?
I think this bottle cost us about $35. I'm not really for sure. It could have been 30, could have been 35. It wasn't.
But it was well worth it.
It wasn't over 35.
No.
It's been a couple of weeks, but drinking it, it reminds me of what it is. It's an aged whiskey. You can taste. I got hints of naturally the oak, a dark chocolate. And when I say dark chocolate, I'm talking like really, dark chocolate. It's a whiskey. This is not sweet. This is not, watered down, sugared up stuff. This is the real McCoy, 100 proof. So anytime, a lot of the whiskeys you buy today is either 80 or 90 proof. It's a lot of your bottled and bond stuff has to be 100 proof. It's very rare that you can buy a bottle of just 100 proof bourbon or whiskey, like Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. That's 80 proof unless you go to some of their bottled and bond stuff or their barrel select stuff and Jim Beam, so on and so forth. But this drank good for 100 proof whiskey. What did you taste in it, Ray?
Well, I tasted the oakiness of it, and it was a mellow oaky. It wasn't like a bitter or anything like that. It was real mellow, and it was easy to drink for 100 proof. I can tell you that.
Yeah, not to over characterize anything. To me, it reminded me of almost like 100 proof, like Elijah Craig. It was in that, if you ever drank Elijah Craig, that's what it reminded me of. It's an easy drinking whiskey. I wouldn't make a cocktail with this, me personally, because I like my whiskey just like you sit right here. I'm not a big cocktail guy.
Is that neat?
I like mine neat.
Neat.
Sometimes if it's a little hot on the backside, I might put a cube of ice in it, but very rarely. I generally drink mine neat. Just pour it in a cocktail glass and just sip on it, maybe with a cigar. But Van, I think you did an outstanding job, buddy. I'm proud of you. I like it.
I like the name too, Living Proof.
Yeah, that sticks with the roots of where we came from. I know Van. He was he's been on the show, the main show, Moonshiners. There's a YouTube channel out. I can't remember the name of it, where they talk to several different people.
We should have did our homework a
we
little
should have done our homework a little bit better. But see, this just comes up. We just do this on the fly. We don't rehearse this stuff, guys. We come to y'all just the way you see us.
Just real.
Just real. We make mistakes, and sometimes we forget names and things like that. So we're no different than the rest of you. But I just wanted to let y'all know, if this is not in Alabama, I forgot to ask Van what states it is in. I've not personally seen it in any of our liquor stores. That's not to say that it's not. Alabama ABC stores are different than a lot of places. You get to around bigger areas like Birmingham, Montgomery, especially down towards the Gulf Coast. The ABC stores down there stock a whole lot more stuff than they do up in this neck of the woods. I don't know if that's got to do with the different clientele.
They do the higher end stuff.
The higher end
stuff. I would consider this would be higher end. It's good stuff.
So down there you may can find it, but if not, ask for it. Like I said last week, good people deserve good things, and Van and his wife are good people.
Miss Tammy's my mentor.
Yeah.
Anytime I have any questions about this moonshine stuff, all these events, I call Tammy. Tammy, I need your help.
Yeah, they're real good about sharing information and helping you. I do know that. I had a couple of questions for Van last week while we were up there, and he promptly answered and never once hesitated. that goes back to living proof. That's a tradition. Like his daddy said, on the side of the bottle. If you don't have these particular qualities, it's not worth doing. And I think this bottle right here is worth buying, because even if you don't drink whiskey, like it was once said,
just the story behind it.
the story behind it.
Generations worth of knowledge in it.
We wouldn't have a country if it weren't for whiskey. Our Irish ancestors brought this technology over here, and I'm glad they did. And because I enjoy a good drink every now and then. And if you buy one of these bottles right here, I promise you, you are going to enjoy it too, unless you're just somebody that does not like whiskey. Some of you don't. Some people drink vodka. Some people like tequila. I don't like either one of those two. Tequila I can handle. I've drank some tequilas that were okay, but I'm generally don't fool with tequila, and I've never bought a bottle of vodka in my life. I don't drink vodka. I just don't. I don't like mixed drinks. I like just, whiskey neat. But I want y'all to try this. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And Van Fields wouldn't have put his name on it if it wasn't no good. I can promise you that. It's just like Wild Bill ain't going to put his name on nothing that ain't no good. Rach ain't going to put her name on nothing. When we're doing business, this, that, and the other one, our word's our word. And when we put our name on it, that's our word that you're getting something that's a quality product and that's worthy of your hard-earned money. So, with that being said, make sure you get you a bottle, living proof, and if you ask for it in Alabama state stores, I know it's in North Carolina because that's where this bottle came from. And I'm pretty sure it's in Ohio because that's where it's made. Ask for it. We want Van to be successful. We want him to do good.
He's a good man. He deserves it.
He's a good man. He deserves it. You couldn't say it any better than that right there. Old Ramblin' Rage. We think a lot of him, and we just thought we'd give him a shout out so all you guys can possibly find a bottle and have the opportunity to try it yourself from a true American legend, the real deal, Mr. Van Fields. We love him and hope him the best. With that being said, that's all I've got today. I'm getting ready to go crappie fishing again. We're going to fry some crappie here in a little while. Got some family coming over. And crappie are beginning to bite good. Been catching a few here and there. I got stuff, you can't see it, all over this porch. Rod and reels, tackle box, putting line on reels. Had to replace the boat battery in my boat yesterday. So I'm getting ready, boys and girls. What about you, Grandma?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, she likes to do the eating of the crappie.
Yeah.
She's not so much into the catching of the
crappie.
crappie.
if they're like hitting pretty good, but my attention span's kind of short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she likes to catch them like blip, 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 blip. And sometimes it don't work out like that. Sometimes it does. Like deer hunting. Sometimes you don't sit long, and there he is. Sometimes you sit 3 weeks and you don't see nothing. So you got to be dedicated. Dedicated like some of these moonshiners that have went through all the hard work and everything to go legal so that everybody can get a chance to try their product. And that being said, that's all I've got for today. What about you?
Can't think of anything else.
All right, folks. Well, this is old Wild Bill and
Rascal Rach. And we are over and out.
We love y'all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button and share this and so everybody can see it. Thank you, guys.
Bye.